everyone, welcome to our other video where we're discussing the events in November, specifically the No Extra Deck event. So this event is not a common event they run. This is actually like their second time running it, I think. And last time it was just Fluanderies the festival. So this time Fluanderies is rightfully pretty much banned. They're almost unplayable. And Fluanderies won't be on this list, but if you want to play Fluanderies, just look at any list of it. It's the exact same, and nor will it ever change. But we have Broset here for this video to say, hey Broset. So he's here just as a second take for these decks and for his ideas. He's a professional. The first deck that I want to go over is the Shining Sarcophagus deck. I feel like this is going to be very straightforward, very expected. We're going to turn on the extra deck 0. Just pretend the extra deck isn't here. ND, Shifter, and Maxi. You can easily supplement with whatever you want in this deck. This deck is very customizable. It has like 12 starters. You'll be fine with what you run. But this deck right here, strengths is its consistency, its ability to spam out really strong monsters and wipe the board completely and banish them. Destroy, banish, it'll always be good. And Gandora G, the Dragon of Destruction, is will be running rampant in this event, especially with people having new toy syndrome. Especially with Future Silence, and with this ability to anime Card of Sanctity during the battle phase too. Honestly, this deck will be something to look out for. But you can play around this deck pretty easily. Just get rid of Shining Sark, the whole deck just flounders. And I feel like pretty much, did they ban the Castiras? Yeah, it looks like they did ban the Castiras. So they banned the good Castiras and Ogre for some reason. So all the Castiras would be a way out of it. You just have to find a good way to get rid of Shining Sarcophagus. Run Twin Twister, or any generic destruction effect if they're not running Dark Magic Mirror Force, which is kind of a break, but they might run it because, deck space won't be as tight as it normally is. But get rid of Shining Sarcophagus, you'll be fine. One deck that I feel like people will be sleeping on is going to be Prediction Princess. This deck, there's a couple of cards banned because of them, a few flip monsters. We're not going to focus on that. The most important thing about this deck is that they're a flip-based deck, and they can control you by flipping your cards face down, or they can flip their own cards face up. So of the ritual decks, is probably one of the better ones in the event, just because of their control and the fact that I have Deus Ex Crawler. Deus Ex Crawler, when it's flipped face up, is just a skill drain. Your opponent can't activate effects. Continuous effects still are applied, but especially main deck monsters, getting to those continuous effects is going to be very hard without having an extra deck. And I know Brostep isn't very familiar with this deck, but yeah, that's his Japanese name, or his direct translation name, because its effects are all based off of banned cards. And yes, if you get Pot of the Forbidden and Deus Ex Crawler, and you're constantly flipping Pot of the Forbidden, the game is over, because you can Heavy Storm. You can also just Raigeki, also Confiscation, where you look at their hand and you put one card back, or you Pot of Greed. You actually rarely Pot of Greed. It's better to either destroy or to look at your opponent's hand. But there's if you base crawlers is legal too. Crawlers are okay. This is why I think Prediction Princess is better. They're a little bit more flexible than base crawlers, but you can run base crawlers. They're pretty much a flip base archetype, very similar, but they just, without their extra deck and them needing an extra turn, they're not as good. And then side note, I can't believe they banned freaking Voiceless Voice in the Voiceless Voice event. This is the Voiceless Voice event. Why is it fully banned? Why is Low and Skull Guardian Protector of the Voiceless Voice banned? That's just evil. Someone at Konami hates Voiceless Voice. So they lost with it one too many times. Because if Floo is legal, why is this banned? So the next deck is going to be Blue Eyes and an extension Dark Magician. I know it's not fair they take up one spot, but let's be real. The same people who are going to be playing Blue Eyes are going to be the same people who are going to be playing Dark Magician. I just feel that Blue Eyes will be slightly better in this event just because they're big monster, big chungus. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon is just a really annoying card to deal with in general, and they also match pretty well with Bestials. With Bestials also match well with Dark Magicians too. But any deck with ladder deck dark monsters, Bestials should be there in this event just because they were not touched. Bestials, we kind of want to put down Bestial.deck, but honestly, it's kind of hard to use Bestials without you having good ways of sending cards to the graveyard. And Blue Eyes and Dark Magician do have some interesting ways of putting cards in the grave, like with Trade In, or the Blue Eye or the Dark Magician cards like Magician Souls, which you don't want to banish your Dark Magician, but if the going's getting tough, you need something and you need to do something, you at least can. Side note, the Blue Eyes and Dark Magician decks are pretty much fully available as in the store. So if you have 1,500 gems, this is probably one of the easiest decks to get in Master Duel, that next to full power, because it comes with literally everything. Alternative, Jet, it comes with Max, it doesn't come with Bingo Machine Go, but you don't need Bingo Machine Go. Melody is good enough. And if you don't have that many like SR points, it can be SR cheap. You can run more rares if you want to. This is to show off the Dark Magician deck. Same thing, is you have access to the most important cards, which is Dark Magician and Soul Servant with Illusion of Chaos, which brings so much consistency to the deck. And the last deck that we want to bring up, or the last deck in this list that we feel like is going to be a very powerful deck in this event, is Dinosaurs. Bro said brought this to my attention. Dinosaurs, even without the extra deck, have a lot of ways to screw their opponents over, and without any link monsters or any extra deck monsters to play around their shenanigans, this deck actually could be, just a straight menace with miscellaneous at 3. You should just have your boys unaffected by everything during your opponent's turn, essentially, or during your turn and your opponent's turn. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno flipping stuff face down and without links to pressure him. It's just a free flip 5 face down so the moment you try to go to the battle phase. Pankratops right here too is good dinosaur support that you can just search with. Of course, normal summon take one dinosaur monster from your deck. Pankratops, just because you can. Lost World being absolutely dumb field spell without the ability to link away the token, so you have to tribute it or something even worse. This deck is going to be, it will be powerful. It's just kind of UR heavy. You end your turn and they have one copy of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. Flip those boys face down, the game is over. They're attacking all your monsters at once, the game is over. There's nothing you can do. All right, now we're adding this we're adding this boy to the video. Drytron, guys, absolute full power Drytron. So this guy for some reason running some Makonko stuff. Who knows what this guy is doing? Triple Benton, triple Eva. You have your, who cares? Because you have access to Diviner with Eva, right? Yeah, so you can just normal summon Diviner and have a quick effect. This is crazy. Okay, guys, Drytron actually might be the best deck of the format. Herald, you can run Herald of Ultimateness and have 12 negates. This is crazy. You want to summon something? No. I might have to craft this. Full power Drytron. This is probably the best deck in the event, without a doubt. This is it. So thank you guys for stopping by the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. I hope you have a good one. Goodbye.